Hey guys, Faiza here, and today I'm gonna talk about this guy here. This is Samsung LU28R55. In short, you can call it UR55, and this is an IPS 4K display, which is very hard to come by nowadays. Before I go further into this review, I would like to show you a small clip of how the unboxing went. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button and make sure leave a comment below, as the YouTube algorithm likes comment. Yeah, people say that. I'm not sure how it goes, but yeah, please. Let's roll the intro. Alright, let's get the specs of this boy out of the way first. This is a 28-inch 4K IPS monitor, and it has about 1000 to 1 contrast ratio, and with peak brightness of 300 nits, and sporting about 40 milliseconds of response time. It's definitely not a gaming monitor, especially those gaming monitor that has the end panel has about now 1 millisecond is almost very normal. Yeah, and it has about two HDMI 2.0 ports and also one 1.2 display port. And one of the feature that's become a craze nowadays, especially among the gamers, is the refresh rate. And this has about maximum 60 hertz of refresh rate. Yeah, you heard it. It is definitely not a gaming monitor again, but for gaming, casual gaming, yeah, what I want to say, casual gaming or productivity use, this is a monitor that is good enough. And also, I'm pretty sure those of you who wants to hit 4K and 60 FPS above when gaming, especially those who want 100 and something FPS. You gotta have a serious horsepower going on in there. And if you have the cash to buy that amount of horsepower, of course you have more money to buy a better monitor. And yeah, I will talk about more about the pricing and everything about this monitor, and why it's very budget friendly. Anyways, this monitor does come with HDR10 baked inside, which is about 10 bits of colors. Now that's a lot of colors, but it has only the peak brightness of 300 nits, which true to say, the HDR10 true certification is about 1000 nits of peak brightness, and has only 300 nits, as I said before. Yeah, some company just market it as HDR10, but it's not true HDR10. But it is a HDR monitor, which is quite good for me, for casual gaming and also for editing. Okay, the colors this monitor produces has about a desired color gamut, accuracy about 90%, which is not the most accurate monitor out there, because some monitor, I believe they have about 99% DCI color gamut, which I will talk about later. But for 90% accuracy color gamut is already good enough for editing. But if you are a professional photographer or video editor, and that is your job, then I believe you should better go with at least the color gamut coverage of up to 99%, so you can have a better editing experience. Now let's get to a bit of backstory how I came across this monitor. Before this monitor, I had an LG monitor, so it is also a 4K monitor. After about 2 and almost reaching 3 years, suddenly there was a green line going across the monitor, which kind of made me freaked out a bit, and I called LG for warranty, and yeah, they say they just send the monitor to them to check for the warranty. After a while, LG contacted me. They say they didn't have any parts for to correct the damage, so they say they will buy the monitor from me, so with 40% depreciation. Yeah, I was quite a steal. I say, okay, I've used this monitor for 2 years and something, and still I get some money back. Okay, then I just sold the monitor to LG, and then with the money that they gave me, and then I top up some more, a bit more money, not a lot, but a bit more money, and then I bought this monitor. Yeah, and this monitor was not easy to find though. In Malaysia, almost all of the 4K monitors were sold out. So anyways, let's break it down. What are the cons and pros of this monitor? So firstly, I go through the pros first. This is my first monitor upgrade since LG monitor. So my typical use of this monitor, to use for schoolwork. Yeah, I'm studying, right? So yeah, for schoolwork, for editing, and also to do slight PS4 gaming, which I use my PS4 Pro. Yeah, it's here, you cannot see, but yeah, I use my PS4 Pro to game on, and I turn on the HDR, and also in 4K mode. It does look very nice, but you suffer from a bit of frame rates. Then again, I'm not playing any FPS games. Most of them are RPG, so it's a casual gaming. It looks stunning. As long as it plays good, above 30 FPS, I'm happy. So that was the first pro. So moving on to the second pro, you can see there is a small, yeah, you cannot see actually. So there is a small console stick down here. This console stick is to control the menu that appears on this monitor. Other than just like your typical monitor to adjust brightness and your colors, you can also do many more adjustments to this monitor. One of the most useful feature that I think I use to set a timer for this monitor to turn off by itself when a certain period goes by. So for example, I have set this monitor for 4 hours, so after 4 hours it just shut down the monitor by itself, which is, yeah, that is the maximum amount of time I use this PC for. It also has a picture-in-picture baked in, so you can have your PC on the side and also have your PS4 or any console on another side. So if you are really good at multitasking, then that's your jam. You also have a picture-in-picture mode where you can have a small version of the picture of second HDMI or down there, or while having the main one on the main screen and the small one on the any corner that you want. Another advantage that I think that many people overlook, this is an IPS panel. Considering an IPS panel, it has a very good viewing angle compared to other panels, compared to TN, compared to VN panels. That's what the main reason I took this monitor, because of its IPS panel. And IPS 4K monitors, again, they are really hard to find nowadays, but it is possible to find. Just go dig around, you can find it. So another big advantage that I think about this monitor is the price again. So if you are staying in Malaysia, this monitor will cost you about RM1,299. So which is equivalent to $329, which is quite a steal for this monitor, considering it has a 4K capability. Even nowadays, some of the 4K or Quad HD monitors manufacturers are selling for more than this price. But anyways, those are gaming monitors, and they have much better refresh rate, about 144, something like that. For this monitor, it's just 60 Hz, which is quite good already. And with this price, it is excellent option. Okay, now moving on, what are the cons, the major downside of this monitor? So the first one that triggered me really annoying was this console again. Even though there's an advantage on the first one, but it is also a major downside for this monitor, I think, because the response time for this console is very slow, especially when you are changing from one source to another source. So see, I usually change the source from my PC to my PS4. So when I change, it responds very slowly. So yeah, that is one of the biggest annoying thing about this monitor for me. Another disadvantage that many people might deter away from buying this monitor is the stand itself. So this stand only has a vertical tilt. It doesn't have any left and right tilt or height adjustment. So if you like to work while standing, then you have to find another stand or buy another monitor that has better stand. So if you want to buy another stand, this monitor does comes with Visa mount on the back of this monitor. You can buy any stands out there in the Lazada or Shopee or any preferred platform, and then just mount it on the monitor. It works just fine. And if you want the monitor that comes with a very good stand together, then you have to fork out some more money, because most of the monitors that has better stand, usually they cost much higher than this monitor does. I think that's all for pros and cons. Now moving on to the final verdict. Okay, overall, Samsung UR55 is a great deal for many budget conscious users out there, especially those who want 4K experience just to play console games on it or do a slight editing. It is an excellent monitor for them, especially it is considering, again, it's a 4K IPS monitor. For this price, it is a very good option. If you are someone who do professional editing or video editing or photographer, then I would suggest you again buy a more accurate monitor. And if you want more feature like USB charging, something like that, then yeah, you have to buy a better monitor for that, because more expensive options has that USB port behind the monitors. And sorry, I forgot to say, this monitor does has audio jack. So yeah, I do connect my headphone behind the monitor. It works quite good. But other than that, the IOS on the back of the monitor is quite bare bone compared to expensive options. I think that's all from me. Thank you everyone for sticking until the end of this video. Again, if you like this video, please leave a like and comment down below. And if you have any suggestions regarding my video, you can also comment down below. I will read them. Thank you.